Hello everyone, welcome again. And this time I'm going to incorporate Ketu Mahadasha and a little bit of astrology together and explain the magic of the 12th house. I'm not starting off with the first house because for me 12th house matters more than any other house. Why the 12th house? For any one of you guys who know astrology even a little bit, there's 12 houses. 12th house is seen as isolation, spirituality, and a few other things like private life and foreign travel, and there's different attributes. But the biggest one that I like, why is it called a spirituality house? Okay, is that's one of the ways I look at when I look at people's chart is who they are on the soul level. What gift have they brought into this world? What is it their soul wants to do? There's other different charts, even up to the D20 that I like to analyze sometimes and gives a clear picture. But just overall, I want to simply talk about, because there's so much content I want to talk about astrology and your spiritual awakening and your highest potential. So today I want to make a video just on the 12th house, briefly looking at it from a spiritual angle, completely spiritual. So why is 12th house so magical? When you're going through Ketu Mahadasha, you're a completely spiritual person, right? And you're asked to let go. You have to change. Where is all this seen from? This is seen from the 12th house, how your life is going to turn out. Yes and no, somebody can say there's different ways of looking at it, but for me, 12th matters because our 11th house, so a normal person in Rahu, Jupiter, and stuff like that, they look at, if they go to astrologer, how successful they're going to be, how they're going to be able to achieve things. Astrologer looks at the 11th house and say, hey, this person is going to be amazing. He's going to have multiple cars. He's so wealthy, or he may not have enough desires. You look at 11th house for desires and stuff like that in a normal house. Like if somebody wants to please you and be like, oh my God, you have such a wealthy, you make good money. Okay, look at the 11th house. That's the worst house for me. Why? Because someone who's Ketu driven or who's spiritual, I don't like the 11th house in a way. It's the 12th from the 12th, okay? So what does that mean? When your Ketu Mahadasha comes around, you have to completely fight off the 11th house, okay? Your desires, all your wishes and stuff like that. You have to completely wash them out. What you once wanted has to go completely. That's the magic of the 11th house before you reach the 12th. So 11th house in the Kalpurush Kundali or the natural zodiac, if we place Aries as a chart, Aries is the first house, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. So 11th house is naturally Aquarius, Kumbh Rashi, so Aquarius. Aquarius is what? It's the, the pots or the vessels are being emptied out. I'll call them vessels, I guess. You're asked to, in a way, people look at your desires and stuff, but really you have to empty out your vessels to be able to tap into the 12th house, okay? In order to attain moksha, 12th house is moksha. In order to attain moksha, liberation, you have to let go of all your desires, okay? What a paradox that is, okay? We live in this illusion Maya world where we're attached to materialistic things, gains, accomplishments, even not just on the cars or like we want jewelry, houses, money, every kind of desire that's out there, guys. Like, it's all illusion. 11th house is illusion, okay? We have to empty that out, completely erase what we have learned. Just pour that vessel out. That's what Ketu does. You have no option. So when Ketu comes around, or anyone who's walking the spiritual path, they have an empty 11th house. So you have to empty what you have accumulated in order to be able to tap into it. When you go for a swim in a swimming pool, okay, in the ocean, tell me, do you put on a jacket, your nice blazer, your Armani shoes, your Gucci belt, whatever, you put your iPhones in the pocket, and then do you go for a swim in the ocean? No, you almost strip down to your swimming suit, like your bathing suit, okay, your most minimal attire. You put your stuff in a locker, or you put it on the beach, you put it somewhere else. So when you're going for this transformational journey, you have to leave everything behind and then tap into this magical realm of Pisces, okay? Now, once you have gone for that purification, then lies the first house where Ketu is in Ashwini. So the last nakshatra, when you're doing this whole spiritual journey, so you've emptied out, you're in this ocean of magic. And when you tap into Pisces, your last nakshatra that you'll do is Revati, is a two fish. It is a Revati, I think so. And on the other side, it's waiting for you when you come out is Ketu in Ashwini, you're healing. So you're in there, let go of attachments, ego, desires, and everything. That's what Ketu wants. And once you have done that, you have emptied out the vessel, Ashwini kicks in. Any healer in any form, spiritual surgeons, Reiki healers, therapists and stuff like, they have a predominant Ashwini somewhere in the chart, somewhere that influence of Ashwini energy. Okay, Ashwini is healing. Nowadays, there's a trend on Instagram where people healing through horses and stuff like that. That's Ketu. That's Ashwini. Ashwini symbol is a horse head, I believe. And Ketu wants to heal you from all the bad karmas that you were carrying. Okay, you come out empty-handed. After you've gone for a swim in the ocean, you've been purified. You've done a karmic cycle. When you step out, you're stepping out into the first house. Okay, that's why I say, what kind of karmas have you left behind? I like looking at the 12th house. And once you're stepping into the first, it's what you have left after you have been gone through the wash cycle. Now, this is where the magic begins, okay? The first house is not just your personality. It's also what you're bringing in from that spiritual world with you, okay? The first house is the second house of the 12th house. So the way you study, what you do is you make the 12th house Lagan. You take your birth chart and you rotate it once, okay? So that way, whatever is in the 12th house becomes the first house, first becomes second, second becomes third, third becomes fourth, and so on and so forth. You just take your birth chart, your Vedic birth chart, and you twist it once. So what you're doing, when you're studying the 12th house, you're making the 12th house your Lagan, okay? At this point, to analyze it, you shift it. So when you make the 12th house your Lagan, naturally, the first house becomes your second house. It shows you the gain, okay? What are the gains of spirituality? What is it that you have brought into this world from your past many lifetimes that your soul has been carrying? And, excuse me. If you don't have anything, see where the lords are sitting, what planets are with, what influence you're getting in the first house. But if you have immediate planets in the first house, this is where the magic begins. It's not only defining your personality, it's this energy that you're bringing in with you, okay? If you're having Ketu in the first house, it's not that you are going to attain moksha in this lifetime. You're here to learn about detachment and stuff like that. You're bringing so much of spiritual, you just have to tap into it. Like when Ketu Dasha comes around, that's when you realize your highest power, having Ketu in first house, like how magical of a person you are. And planets like Jupiter, it's a blessing in the first reason, in the first house. It's a reason why, because not only does it aspect your 5th, your 7th, your 9th house, but Jupiter in the first house, you're bringing all this wisdom from many past lifetimes together, okay? You don't even know the guru within until your Ketu Mahadasha comes around and you get to study who you are. Mercury, Venus, like Saturn, you got to look at what planets are there in the first house to see what spiritual gifts you guys are bringing around, okay? Like, it's not only just who you are on the physical. Somebody can say you're Mars. Okay, you're very energetic. And I've seen a lot of police officers and military people with Mars in the first house. Okay, great. But what else does it tell you about it? What kind of energy you're bringing in? Okay, always look at your chart that way. Like today's spirituality is more big than anything else in the world. So start learning how to analyze your chart on a deeper level. Why is Ketu in the 4th house powerful when we're talking about spirituality? They always say in Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu in the 4th, 8th, and the 12th house is so powerful. Okay. If you have Ketu in the 4th, the 8th, or the 12th house in your sign, now you want to study spirituality, and what you've done is taken the 12th house, turn the whole chart once, so your 12th becomes the 1st. So naturally, what would happen if Ketu was in the 4th house, it becomes your 5th house now. Or if Ketu was in the 8th house, it'll become the 9th house. If Ketu was in the 12th house, you become Ketu Swam. You are this magic spirit energy when you're going through your awakening time. It's a very profound time. You see how you've attained or you're going to attain moksha, liberation, okay? When Ketu is in the 4th house, why do they say Ketu in the fourth sometimes shows your past lineage and stuff like that, depending on the nakshatra it's in. But when Ketu is in the fourth house, and you talk about spirituality, it's going to shift into the fifth house naturally, okay? So on a spiritual level, your Ketu now moves to the fifth house, which is the house of past punya, past karam, your past lifetime, your knowledge from past life, your past pending karma, everything like that. Hence why Ketu is so powerful in the fourth house. It's going to carry the energy of the fifth house with it if we're talking about the spiritual world. Ketu in the eighth house wants transformation. Ketu wants to learn the occult. Ketu wants you to go through a big change. It wants to forget the world conditioning. When Ketu is in the eighth and we're talking about spirituality, Ketu gets shifted to the ninth house now. Ninth house is higher learning. Ketu wants you to spend time reading whatever scriptures you believe in, whatever knowledge you want to attain, how you want to practice spirituality, devotional, meditational, and stuff like that. Like, that's the magic of the 4-8-12. 12, it's amazing. Like, sometimes when they say Ketu is in 12th, in your natural birth chart, if Ketu is sitting alone in the 12th, this might be your last lifetime. You're coming here to finish off any pending karma. I know some people who have Ketu in the 12th house alone and they don't have any kids. And at first they were scared, but it's a blessing. The universe doesn't want them to carry any more karma, any more lineage. They're here to live their last lifetime, and this might be the last life that they live, and they're finishing off any pending karmas and stuff like that before moksha and before liberation, and they're ending their whole universal cycle. It's an amazing, amazing placement to have. So I hope you guys have learned something on how to look at your chart now from a spiritual angle. It's very magical once you start to seeing it that way. If you need any help, if you guys want to talk, if you want your chart read, just email me. I am not here to make money from you guys. I'm just here to share my knowledge and spend some time with you, attain some, like, we exchange some lovely conversation. I learn from you, you guys learn from me. Email me. I try my best to get back within 24 hours, and I hope everyone's doing good. Please do subscribe and share your stories. Do leave a comment behind. Always leave a comment or email me, because when you share your experiences or your knowledge, experience for me is knowledge. Knowledge is what we passed on to generations, and I always appreciate when you share, when you comment, or when you like reach out to me. So let's motivate the world. Let's bring out the true depth of astrology, what it holds, so we can make a positive impact for generations to come. Not this fear-based astrology that everybody's reading a chart for money, and you're left with more confused or more fear that you entered the office when you enter the office of the astrologer. Like, no, that's not what astrology is. For you to discover your highest potential. And I hope my first video on a chart, you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know, and I'll keep making more videos side by side along my motivational on Ketu Mahadasha. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. Love you guys all. I'll hope to see you guys soon in more videos. Thank you.